May the fourth be with you. May the founder be with you, or is the founder the fourth? I don't know. There's three of us. Either way, this is the 7th episode of El Escandalo. Joining me today, I have Chanteva and Akos. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Very well.
Okay, perfect. And they are both co-founders of Moscase, and we're here as entrepreneurs. We met at Miami Tech Week. So guys, just tell us a little bit about yourselves. Where do you come from, and how did this all come to be?
Very nice to meet you guys. This is our second or third in live meeting since pandemics. So
my God.
We are happy to be here. We have a complicated background. I was born and raised in Budapest, Hungary. I'm a serial entrepreneur. My family background is half physicians and the other half are in the telecommunication industry. I did beauty, I did skincare, and I did construction businesses, which I built, scaled, then I sold those. And how we become into that business, that's a little bit longer story, but I'd like to give the word to Shanti to introduce herself too.
And you gotta introduce a perrito too. You can't leave her out.
Yes, first, this is Zola.
Zola.
She's a Yorkie from Hungary too. She's 5 years old and our baby, our spoiled baby. But a little bit about myself. My name is Chanteva. I was born and raised in Germany, but I'm originally from Ghana. And I'm right now doing my master's in organizational science with a focus in industrial and organizational psychology. And that's what I'm focusing on with our wellness brand, finding, the bridge between technology devices and consumer as well as employee well-being. Yes.
Okay, awesome. So, and you also said that when we met that you were going to FIU and you're pursuing. So how old are you? Like
I'm 25.
Crazy. So you guys are super young, and Miami. So before Miami, where were you guys at?
We were in I was in Germany. He was working between Germany, Hungary, and the Middle East, right?
Yes, and that's how we met.
Yes.
We met.
In Germany.
It's not a secret. We are partners in life and partners in business, which is sometimes giving us strange energies. It's hard to fight with your co-founder while she's my partner in life too. Yes. But women are always right.
Always right, brother.
And happy wife, happy life.
Happy life.
So she became the CEO of the company for several reasons. The first one is her English is just better than mine. I still have a strong accent.
But I'll be honest, when we still met, I understood everything you said.
Right.
it's not bad, bro. Like you're
my accent. I can't get rid of my accent.
But I think your accent is what gets you in the door, though, because it's different. And like so again, I'm Cuban. I was born in Cuba. I came to America, so you can obviously hear my Miami accent come out a little bit, right? Really, But I think being from such a unique place, at least here where every place is unique, is actually a really good advantage.
We love being international entrepreneurs in Miami. And I'm jumping a little bit. We believe Miami is the place today
to be. That brings in the tech scene. So
it's even more.
It's even more than okay.
It's even more diversity.
Yes.
People, women of color, people of color. Mm-hmm. Different nationalities, different backgrounds, different educations, different culture,
different perspectives.
Yeah.
Very different. Yes, I agree on that.
Not just like culturally, but also like politically, like the clash of I forgot who it was, because I wasn't really a techie. I'm trying to become one, because I just think it's like just the culture of everybody meeting, how people network is so unique, right? But I saw a tweet from, I cannot remember who, but he said about how like the political ideologies in San Francisco, 11% of your neighbors are Republicans, while 54% of your neighbors here are Republicans. So you really think that because out there, have you been to San Francisco, New York, or?
Yeah,
of course.
What's the differences? I've never been. I've been to New York, but not San Francisco, and much less on a techie reason.
You want to answer on?
You know that.
I need to go back a little bit for my origin. In Hungary, people are lovely.
Right.
Engineers are great. Doctors are super educated. Entrepreneurship is fantastic. Since the country opened up in 1989, everybody wanna be a private business owner. So it's growing.
To work for themselves, to enjoy capitalism, to be able to provide for oneself.
Exactly.
And that was my success too. I've been very successful in my life, and I knock on the wood. That's how I could invest into the new business from my previous exits. So it's a great country. But as part of Europe, Central Europe, it's still conservative.
It's very traditional. People don't jump into the water and start something new.
Understood. So they follow the book. They follow kind of like the social paradigm of how one should comport themselves, and not to speak just men, but also so it goes into. I see what you're saying, that it's like Cuba too, but I feel like Cubans and in Miami's were more playful or more risky.
The culture is more having fun.
So coming from a culture like that and getting into a country like the United States, which is endless. We have everything from the tropical weather to Alaska
to straight cold and beaches and in between a mountain.
To New York. In New York, we met media people, finance people, but they were
rushy.
That's a nice word. Rushy.
What do you mean rushy?
Stress.
And that's so interesting you guys bring that up, because it's like, I think it's the dichotomy of being American. Everybody's about their money, everybody about their business. And at least where I come from, there has to be some type of formality, getting to know one another before we engage in business. And the American way definitely is, at least compared to, for example, if you compare like Japanese collectivism, where it's about the group, I form a bigger picture. America's very individualistic, where it's about me, my gains, how can I benefit? And that definitely has made people and business people like very robotic and almost inhuman. Everything's about numbers and profits versus what we're delivering to people. So,
and then jumping to California. California is more
liberal.
Weather is perfect there. I used to study in San Diego State University.
SDSU?
Back in 1996.
Brother, I lived on Dorothy Street Avenue, 559 Dorothy. Okay, so SDSU, no, because I used to work by there. SDSU, so Dorothy Street's like right behind where, the entrance on the side. You know where the buses are?
Yes.
Do you know where the Trader Joe's is?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so if you keep going this way, like walking this way, there's that long corridor that goes like this. I lived in a house 2 streets this way.
So San Diego was my first U.S. influence in my life.
Yeah.
I just did the semester there because I couldn't afford more. It was paid by me, and as an international student, it was super expensive. But then I just couldn't forget America. I went back to Europe. I did my business. I've been successful, but I always wanted to be building something here. And then about California, how are the people? They are grinding. They are working very, very hard. In technology-wise, I think San Francisco is the place to be. Us as entrepreneurs or founders, we have been told 2,000 times, what are you guys doing in Miami? Move to the Silicon Valley. You won't be successful here. The money, the talent, and the customers are all in California. And then COVID hit, and we stayed.
So you were in Miami already for a while. So even before.
This is our.
So even before the tech movement, you were already eyeing into this.
Loving Miami, checking it out. People move here, But it was more like they would come here for the winter and then go.
And then leave. It was a very seasonal thing.
Exactly.
So could you guys tell us a little bit about, at least from your perspective, how this whole tech movement emerged? And how this boom, though. I mean, I met you guys because of this movement, right? So, like, how did this all come to be from what you guys see?
I need to go back a little bit to my attorney, whom I know since 3.5 years from California. He's a YC attorney, so YC Combinator guy.
YC, like venture capital?
No, YC is
YC, okay.
Y Combinator.
Okay.
It's one of the biggest accelerator in the startup world, based in Mountain View, California. And he told us that, what are you guys doing in Miami? It's beautiful, it's safe, everything is gated, streets are wide, but there is no business here. And we were about to move to California, then COVID hit. And
they shut down.
He moved to Coral Gables, so he lives in Miami with his wife. And now he's telling, you guys were right to stay in Miami. what happened, we always believed Miami is a hub, is a center of America, good for Latin America.
And South America as well.
Yes,
exactly.
very
Central
good.
America.
3 hours New York, 5-6 hours to California, 8 hours to Europe, which is very important to us
right
too.
To London, yeah.
And we never wanted to leave Miami, but we were pushed. And right now, what we see,
people came because I feel like Miami was one of the cities where it was still open, and they stayed because they realized they could work maybe from here or from home. And we have the talent here, we have the potential here,
Right.
I guess. So that's what they are realizing more. And yeah, we're seeing more and more people are like, oh, we need to stay here.
So you guys were early adopters on this trend.
we were much earlier than others, but we saw some trendsetters, if I can use that word.
Yeah, for sure.
They came, they started to tweet, they put out the pictures. People realized housing is cheaper here.
Even though it's super competitive.
Right now.
Yeah, now.
It's
So-
crazy.
Restaurants are great. Outdoor
Fun,
programs
Cuban
are
food is
fantastic.
ridiculous.
Beaches, we don't need to explain about
We don't
beaches.
need to talk about that one.
And
And the entertainment value as well.
Yes.
yeah, we have no time to
I
enjoy.
mean, it's here, it's good.
It's good. It's good. You know, our European friends always teasing us. You guys are on the beach or going to the parties.
And they always make the jokes of I live where you vacation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we don't really vacation here. I feel like those that live here
Don't
go
ever
to
enjoy the beach. Yeah.
like,
Because it is that like American lifestyle of you have to be a go-getter, you have to provide, you have to make something shake
even in Miami.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But you know, I've been to a couple of different American cities and there's nothing like Miami. I consider it like northern Cuba because people drive here like maniacs.
That's what I always say.
It's the northern province of Cuba. But apart from all of like the worldwide influences, Miami is now becoming this tech hub. So let's talk about where you fit into that, your wellness brand, Moscase. So how did you guys come up with the idea? I know you gave us the background that your family's physicians and in telecommunications. So I imagine this is like the hybrid of
Exactly.
that. The
Make both of the families proud.
yeah.
Yes. First of all, I wanted to be healthier than my friends. I always have the struggle with my weight. It's a family heritage, and also probably not enough sport. And maybe
You
I
like to
love
enjoy life.
and I love eating too.
It's all about the balance. That's what's about it.
I feel like I'm on your
Moscase.
boat, Alcos. Like I definitely feel like
So the idea was like, why don't we combine a traditional variable with a today's smartphone with its case on to be our wellness friend? And what we did is a software company with its own hardware vehicle delivering data. And the uniqueness about this product, which is a form-fitted product, this is an iPhone 10 mock-up, so it's a prototype. It's a small device which has capability to read different features. If you guys,
from your hand.
if you guys holding like that, via impedance on your body, so it's bioimpedance.
Bioimpedance?
Yes,
Could you just tell me a little bit what that means?
it's going to send you a small electric signal through your body. You don't feel
The
anything.
case is going to send the electrical signal.
Yeah, you won't feel anything, even if you have a pacemaker, nothing hurts. And we got an algorithm behind which has the smartness to tell what's your body fat index. So
Just from holding it.
just from holding it. So you need to tell to the application your gender, your height, and your body weight. And then the calculation is made with the smartphone in rapidly. So you can track and journaling your body fat index.
And that's one of the things I wanted to also mention was the journaling component. So you obviously have an app, and in that app you can track like how you feel, like what are the like I ate this because I have a journal, right? And I apart from like the business stuff, it's like, and I imagine it's like this, but like on that,
Exactly.
yeah. And I like talk to myself,
Yes.
and I set like goals, and you can probably have like this internal dialogue with yourself.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So that's what I always describe Moscase as, like a wellness friend that you go to and you ask, hey, my stress levels is higher than usual.
Like, what's
what does
going
that mean?
on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we ask like these pop-up messages like, how do you feel today? What was different today? Just to bring more awareness to yourself.
And things that you definitely don't have readily accessible to you. Like it's like traditionally to get this type of data, you would need to make an appointment.
Yes.
You would need to sit. And what if in that moment I'm feeling this type of way and I want to, you're not feeling that way, and then it comes back, and then so it's just the accessibility of information that could be potentially life-saving to you. Oh my God. Okay.
And the next one, if you hold with only one hand, so palms, it can measure your stress factor. And stress factor is
like how hard you hold it. Like,
right, we should actually.
It's more about the skin galvanic reaction. So how much humidity you have in your palms. But it's again electric. It's a bioimpedance as well. Again, algorithm behind. And what's really cool about this measurement, we combine the stress factor
and the HRV.
And the HRV.
HRV. What does that stand for?
Heart rate variability.
Oh, so like how, like, so it also measures your heart rate?
Yes. Holds everything, but that's just like the calculator behind.
I know it's the measurement.
Yes.
Measurement. Okay. So we combine those two, and we will see what's your daily change. Just to try to tell you an example. I'm sitting here, probably I'm stressed because of the lights and the cameras. I'm nervous. And I should have measured myself when I arrive and when we are leaving. But our goal is not to measure people with this situation, just to follow up on their life trends. Because we believe in prevention, and we believe if users can avoid to see the doctors, we could save not only money, but the time. And people will be just healthier in long term. And we believe
satisfied with, they understand what, their body needs.
And not just that, there's one really key thing that I don't think any of us have talked about, but I know you guys already thought about, just how much data this thing could potentially collect. Because if I just think about how much time my phone's in my hand, I'm on my phone every waking second. So this is always collecting data, always giving a read onto our bodies. And so, but now here's my question. Would you say this is more, obviously anybody that has an iPhone could use it or could benefit from it, but do you think this is more geared towards people that have pre-existing conditions? I think I would immediately think that they would benefit a little bit more because they definitely need to know what's up. You know what I mean?
Yes. So for this first version, I think we were just focusing on, consumer wellness and well-being. So that's why we are trying to give them like a range of different sensors.
Right.
But we are definitely thinking about health and insurances and hospitals and more medical grade
because you're addressing a large, because the and I think that when we talked before the podcast, what you have on your website is the whole like an ounce of prevention is more than a pound of a cure, or that through this preventive knowledge, people can make better decisions, can be more aware. But overall, it's like, what am I trying to get here is with the phone case, it almost seems like now that it's in my face, like I feel like it's almost obvious that this would be the mechanism. But there are other like technologies that kind of do this though.
Yes. Let me answer on that.
Not in that form factor, sorry.
Form factor.
Yes.
These are things that I've never heard about, like how it's built, like how the product's designed.
So just like being a bumper case.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just so like, it almost like, now that you're showing me, it's like, duh, that makes sense.
Yes.
But I would have never like,
I feel like people are more focusing on replacing our phones with the wearables, but I don't think that people are actually ready to leave their phones at home and just talk to an Apple Watch or
they would never do that.
Or exactly. So that's why we were thinking about expanding the capabilities of our phones and making our habits with our phones more healthier. Exactly.
Definitely, because one could argue that engaging with your phone so much is detrimental and could add stress to yourself. And now with the kids. Okay, so go for it.
She used the word expanding the capabilities. That's what we are proud of. We are patented with a granted patent. And our patent is all about how to expand capabilities of smartphones or smart devices. We love variables, so we don't want to replace variables.
When you say variables, it's
variables like Which are
different product, a different type of accessories that we use.
It could be a ring. It could be a ring with sensors built in. It could be an armband, an Apple Watch, or other watches with sensors.
Even like your glasses, kind of possibly.
It's coming
because you could like do your temp. I don't know. I'm not.
So we don't wanna be the next wearables. Yes. What we wanna be is
right. You don't want to reinvent the wheel per se. Like you don't want.
We wanna be an easier product. You don't need to charge. You are protecting your phones anyways because the phones are fragile and super expensive today.
Literally.
So people are buying phone cases for $20 to $60, fashionable items, with no functionalities. So we gave the functionalities to the phone cases, and with that, so it will be just easier to live our life in a better way. And going back to the software, because we are focusing on the software a lot, we believe data are important. Mm-hmm. But if data are shown to the customer or to the users, what they're going to do with the data? And that's why I'm very happy about her education, because we are really focusing on the content and how to explain to the users what their data means
for them.
Exactly.
Means for
right because this obviously customizes per person, but the person wielding it might have a different level of education or access to medicine or it's not fully throughput, but the implications that this has is insane. Because as you're telling me, I'm just like, dude, this could, and then like you could in the future, I don't know, because it's 2021, but like a little like doctor or something talks to you or telemedicine from or it sends you alerts like, yo, what's going on? Get away from there. Like,
you got the point very well.
Yeah.
And we are also connected to the Apple Health Kit. So Apple will see our data and we will see other data from the phone, from other devices, and also from the phone itself. So imagine we got all those data from the users. So we will see your real well-being. And that's our goal, well-being. Because we are not doctors and we are not replacing traditional medicine because that's another level. We are a wellness trend. And going back to the content, we really believe that nutrition, fitness, and meditation.
Yes, that's like our big focus, the stress and mood management. So having like yoga plans, meditation, gratitude journal, or normal journal.
Yeah, definitely. The journal helps a lot. Like I saw that and I was like, that's super important because I found, at least for myself, if you set like one little goal and the act of being like, oh my God, I did it. Yes. Check. That's very that's positive. So I that's my mechanism. I wish more people did that. And I'm happy that features in your phone case. And it's just, but it is almost like, as you're talking to me, I'm just like, man, that makes so much sense. Like, because now that I understand what you mean by variable, you could essentially get all of this data from different variables, and that gets the literal. Because again, what if, hypothetically, you're not on your phone as much as somebody else, and you don't have, and the case doesn't have the opportunity to collect as much data per se. Yeah. But if you could hook it up to your, like you said, your Apple Watch, it's always on your wrist, or another thing that, man, this is dope because like, it's just like, it's the future. It's techie, yo.
Yes, and about techie. Your first question was about Miami.
Yeah.
Why Miami?
Why Miami?
Yeah, why Miami?
Look around. People want to be looking good.
For sure.
Feeling good.
Yep.
Working hard, but enjoying the life at the same time.
Work hard, play hard is a very, yeah.
And we want to be a good friend, a good help on that. And probably that's why our big brother, Apple, likes us too. We need to tell you guys, this is an Apple-approved product. Apple helped us with the development. Apple licensing us parts, so it's using Apple standard connectors to charge and to sync the device to the smartphones. And also the authentication process has been built by Apple. So it will be hard to copy-paste our product. We are very proud of.
Designed in Miami.
And it's going to be designed in Miami. So imagine you're going to go to an Apple store, wherever you are in America, and you buy a device which is saying not design in California, made in China, it's going to say design in Miami. So
that has a sexy ring to
yes,
it. I like
and
that.
People, they have this connection with Miami is like
people think that Miami. Okay, so you see this
hot.
picture right here. So people think that Miami is everything on the other side of the bay.
Yes.
Right, but really Miami's all because we're super west from what we see there, man.
So our next 12 months is super ambitious. We're gonna open our first headquarters based in Miami. Preferably, we are looking for some spaces in downtown Miami area, maybe a little bit to the north. And
like that Midtown, almost North Shore area.
You know the trendy places.
It's sexy out there, not for real.
And we need to hire sales, marketing, engineering for software and hardware. Lots of people for the content management because we believe content is going to sell the product and content will create people stick with the product because our goal to get customers love the product enough when the new phones are released, they're going to buy the new device.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to have the gateways to them to purchase the device through our application or our e-commerce site. But how are they going to do that? They love what they are using. So we're going to hire like 20 people in the next 12 months, and then probably a year after another 20 people, because build hundreds of $millions of business, we need the right personals behind.
Yeah.
And we are proud to be in Miami, and we want to be the next big thing based in Miami, designed in Miami, and sold worldwide. And probably as a nice final word, in the last year or year and a half, we were really working hard to build up strategic partnership with telecom providers, so big players.
So like Verizon, AT&T, yes. things.
And Vodafones in Europe, the telecom in Europe, and also some of the Asian partners. And it's super interesting that, for example, the Japanese market, it's a very aging population. They love the device.
When you say aging, you mean that there's a lot older people than you have younger people?
Yeah, but the older people are more
advanced on the techie side of things.
Much more.
Like they all have Facebook, they all have social medias, and I know what you're saying that they're just more drawn to these type of things.
So they have high interest about the product, and we are just happy about that because we know when we hit the market, we're gonna hit hard. So we're gonna be a big company, and we just have to work day and night. That's the story.
And I'm really happy that you announced that you're looking to hire good talent, because I'll tell you right now, look no further than FIU. As a proud alumni and as somewhere there, I'm telling you the talent that you have at that university. So if you just look at Francis Suarez's venture capital team with Saif, I'm telling you that guy is like, I look at him as a role model. So that's fantastic. And you better believe that we'll definitely be here. So guys, if you need a job, look, what's up? Like the economy's working out here.
Right?
Like
Miami's growing.
And it's crazy because, I don't know if you see on Twitter where it's dos minutos. Dos minutos. You've been to a Heat game yet?
No.
Okay, so when you go, it's a Miami thing that when you have 2 minutes in the quarter in the basketball game, they say 2 minutes. Dos minutos. And I make the joke with Tommy because he always signals me two because we have 2 minutes. So dos minutos.
We learned something new.
Yeah. But listen, the talent at FIU is fantastic. I definitely think that. But also, guys, you watching, check them out. We put the website in the link there. And we're going to be sharing the micro content. So in terms of content, you better believe we got you with this one. But hey, any last message that you want to get out to the people of Miami, something about the product, where can they find more info, whatever the case is.
Moscase.com. And end of the summer, we're going to have a crowdfunding campaign when we start selling the products. It's a pre-sales. We're going to have very attractive prices, and we are really looking forward to get the first pioneer users to be engaged. We need the positive feedback, so we're going to get you samples too.
Yes.
And
positive feedback is, constructive feedback.
Constructive, for sure.
What we can learn from.
So and obviously engage in that dialogue.
To us.
But guys, Chanteva, Akos, thank you so much for joining us on the first ever Founders podcast. I mean, it's really dope to be able to connect with you guys because, again, guys, you have to understand, like, I literally was like, hey, you have a cool accent when we were getting cafecito, and now we're here. So right. I just think it speaks volumes to the very nature of entrepreneurship that we help each other, and in the spirit of the whole Miami theme of how can I help, Well, I think we all have posed that, right? Guys, they're hiring, we're doing it, like we're going to grow it, and everybody's going to have these cases. So, hey, thank you so much for joining the Escandalo, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.